Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's 100% The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. In the last episode, we took down the Gatekeeper thanks to the Dark Elf's Tears. I'm forgetting her name at the moment, but she plays a very prominent character in this DLC, as you will see. Oh, and Jared Iceveins, obviously, he was dead set on taking down the Guardian, or the Gatekeeper, in his own way, but now...
The Gatekeeper is slain. Congratulations. The honor of taking the keys from his corpse is yours.
I already did, Jared Iceveins.
The Gatekeeper's dead. As soon as you get one of those doors unlocked, we can go in. They're calling to me from in there.
What about the Gates of Madness, Jared?
As soon as you get those doors unlocked, I'm going in.
Passwall?
I followed the bones. They led me here. I just moved in when I got here. No one seemed to mind. Everyone here seems to be waiting for something.
I wonder if Jared is a Nord. Do you guys think that Jared is a Nord?
In Crucible, a man named Hirus Clotumnus has been trying to convince people to kill him.
It's odd that you would know that, Jared, considering you've never gone into Crucible, let alone the entire area of the Shivering Isles, other than Passwall. Bye. Okay, so before we actually go through the gates, don't worry, we're going to go through very quickly here. It's just that when I explored a little bit, I found a whole new section to that quest that I had never even known was a thing before. So I don't think Passwall is too expansive, so I kind of want to just explore really quickly. Nanette Dawn we've already talked to. We've already been into the inn, which means Sheldon's house is one of the few buildings that remain. Of course, we know that Sheldon is the mayor. Get your ass up!
Yes? You need my help, don't you?
No, actually, I do not. But you can tell me about the Gatekeeper.
I'm glad you took my advice and killed him. I always knew it could be done. What would people do without me?
Probably be a lot better off, I think, Sheldon. Don't give me that face.
I hope I didn't use too many big words.
God, they did such an excellent job to make Sheldon just the worst person imaginable. Weak potion of absorption, I'll take that. Potion of cure disease, don't mind if I do. Don't worry, Sheldon, you just take a nice nap. You need your beauty rest for that beautiful head of hair of yours. Yeah, it's so wonderful, Sheldon. Let me just go ahead and look through all your stuff. Let's see what we have here. Wow, Sheldon, for the mayor of a whole town, you sure don't really have too much. But you do have another chest with some calipers. That'll have to do. And some madness ore. 2, in fact, which we will definitely take. That's a little tip that I was actually unaware of. So we're going to call this one GV's definitely didn't just realize this is a thing. Tips! Yeah, you can sneak into Sheldon's house to get a couple of madness ores, which is nice. Let's see what else we have. Looks like that over there is the only building left. You see, again, I just need to point out that every now and then you just need to stop and smell the roses. Because I don't think I've ever really explored Passwall too much because my main quest is just... Wow. Is Jared into bones, you think, guys? My main quest is always telling me where to go, and I always follow it, you know? But this Let's Play has reinvigorated myself. Reinvigorated me. Let's see, what do we have here? Another potion of cure disease. A couple of potions of strong burden. Poisons, I should say. Nothing in the chest. What else do you have, Jared? Anything of importance whatsoever other than all of these tons and tons of bones? Although I do really like the level of detail, because too often in Elder Scrolls games, you walk into somebody's house and it's the same thing every time, you know? It's the same exact thing every time. Whereas Jared is obsessed with getting bones so that he can take down the Gatekeeper with the bones that were used for the Gatekeeper. So his house is filled with bones, and it's just a simple detail, but it makes it, you know, much more interesting to look at. Okay, I think we're just about done here, ladies and gentlemen. There's only one thing that we haven't really seen, as far as I can tell, in Passwall. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff, actually. But I'm not sure exactly where it is. I think it's somewhere in that area. But yeah, the Gardens of Flesh and Bone, as Jared was mentioning, is a neat little dungeon area where we have to deal with the Shambles enemy, which we have not seen yet. But of course, since we utilize the tears, we did not have to go that route.
Greetings.
Okay, Jared, I don't think there's anything else that I need to talk to you about, right? Since I have both of the keys.
I'm Jared. For instance, you can hear them.
Yeah, we get it, buddy. You like bones. You ever think of changing your name to Jared Icebones?
If you hear any bones talking, come get
This guy and bones. Jesus. Okay, so we have a choice here, ladies and gentlemen. We can go through the Dementia side or the Mania side. And both doors lead to the same area. It's just that you get a bonus. Well, the Dementia side leads to... Well, I'll just let the game do the explaining. How about that? Hopefully it's not going to make the decision for me. In fact, I should go ahead and save the game here. Let's see. Mania entrance to Gates of Madness. And then we also have the Dementia. Did that say required a key, or did it not? I could have swore it just said hard lock. Oh, needs a key. Okay. So, the question we have to ask ourselves is, which buff do we want? Now, pretty much 9 times out of 10, any character that I make in Oblivion always goes through the Mania side, just because I usually stick with, good characters, nice characters, just characters. And thus, they're obviously much more likely to go through the Mania side, which can be just as dangerous as Dementia, but Dementia is obviously purely negative, whereas Mania at least has some benefits to it. We're going to go through Dementia, because I figure, A, I rarely go through that, and B, Dar'Vesh is definitely demented. Let's do it. Door opened with key to Dementia, and we've been given the blessing of Dementia. So depending on which door you go through, you get a certain blessing, 1 out of 2. Now, first things first... I've entered the Shivering Isles. I should seek out Sheogorath. But let's take a look at that spell that we've been given, or that effect that we've been given. It should be Blessing of Dementia, and Raiment of the Crimson Scar. What is that? Wait. Oh, wait. Raiment of the Crimson... Oh, it's something... Hold on a second. I'm totally blanking here. Where did we get this, Raiment of the Crimson Scar? I forget, because I know that I did something different. It was some sort of side quest involving... What was it? Oh man, I'm going to have to look this up, because I'm actually forgetting how I got the Raiment of the Crimson Scar. Either way, I remember that it has reflect damage. Yeah, let's take a look at active effects. It shouldn't be a power. Oh, it is a greater power. Blessing of Dementia. Demoralize up to level 12 in 30 feet for 10 seconds on target. So wherever our target is in 30 feet around it, all characters up to level 12 get demoralized, which means they run away. I think at this point you guys probably know me, and I don't really like that. I don't really like that demoralize ability, just because I'd rather like stand and fight, and demoralize makes people run away, and it's harder to actually attack them. So we just passed through the Gates of Madness, and now we are officially... I want to talk to you, Jared, but it looks like he's going to attack something. What do you see, Jared? I'll help you out, because I want to talk to you and see what you have to say. Ah, come on, man! He was the first guy that came out here. Okay, we have a new enemy type. It is a Root Bender. But he is no match for me and Jared. Now, Jared...
We should go hunting soon.
I think our time together is done, Jared.
The gatekeeper's dead. He won't stop us from coming and going now.
I never understood this, because that means that for anybody to get out of Passwall and into the Shivering Isles proper, they have to take down the gatekeeper, right? So why is there not such a big hubbub? That means like everybody can go through. They could just get out of Passwall immediately until a new gatekeeper is created. But that's obviously going to take some time, even if that's what's supposed to happen when a gatekeeper is killed. So it's just always seemed odd to me.
Let me know if you need something killed.
Not just yet, Jared. Bone Arrow and Gnarl Bark. I don't think we're going to actually take Gnarl Bark, but we do want to loot any and all enemies in this DLC. So here's a great visual for how they set up the Shivering Isles. In fact, let's take a look at our map so you guys can see where we are situated. Right about here. Now on one side, and I believe it is like cut in half this way. It's not split in half vertically, right? I always forget. But the whole entire Shivering Isles is split in half. And like I said, I think it's horizontal. Yeah, because we have Crucible here, and we have Bliss here. So it's split like right like this. All right, and downwards. Wait, that doesn't make sense, though, because we're seeing... I don't know. It's split in half. That's the point, okay? And we've got, like, the Dementia side, which is dark, dreary, dead. And then we've got the Mania side, which is bright, happy, crazy. So you can see that distinction right here. In fact, we're going to go this way, and I'll show you guys that. Don't worry. You can go through whatever door you want, because you can explore the entirety of the Shivering Isles. The first time that I went through the doors, the Gates of Madness, I was like, oh no, am I like relegated to this one side? But no, that would be terrible, you know? That would be really awful, because you want to definitely explore everything this DLC has to offer. So, here we have the Fringe, and this is the Madness, or this is the Mania door. So you can see it's like much more bright. I don't know who would ever like prefer Dementia. Is there anybody out there that actually prefers Dementia to Mania? At least to me, Mania appeals much more, because I like being creative. I like... Oh, look, Jared's got himself another fight. In fact, we definitely want to attack this one too, because this might give us a much needed item that we can make use of later on. We have an Elytra. So these are the two standard, basically, the standard enemies. We've got the Root Benders on the Dementia side, and then we've got the Elytras on the Mania side. There are, of course, many other enemies to be found, but those two are, like, the most prominent, from what I remember. Elytra, Ichor, and some bone arrows. So that's a new type of arrow as well in this DLC that Jared is shooting. Okay, Jared. Well, good luck. Oh, you just... Okay. Off to look for more bones, no doubt. Now, we can basically treat this just like any other Elder Scrolls game. We can do whatever we want. We can explore. But we might as well at least activate this. I guess it's already activated. We're looking for Sheogorath, which many of you probably already know. Can we travel here? You've not found this location yet. So it wants us to travel from here. What is it? Hard Scrabble? See, I usually don't discover this is my first location because I almost always go through the Mania side. But this is legitimately called Hard Scrabble. A game of Hard Scrabble. A hard game of Scrabble. Yeah, so we're looking to go to New Sheoth Palace, which we will do, but we'll also take our time with this episode and explore and see everything that the Shivering Isles has to offer. In fact, let's explore this area first and foremost. It looks like a little camp here. Black tar Grummite eggs. Beer. We have seen a Grummite, although it was dead. And a chest with not much inside. I think there's usually skill books here, but I could be wrong. Oh, well, we've got something. We need to work on our marksman, so let's make sure to try to do that. I don't know where this enemy is. It's probably behind the house. Oh, it's definitely... Oh, cool. Okay, so we've got a new... Almost walked right into that one. Ow. Actually did walk right into that one. So we've got a new summon here. This guy... Oh, man, that was scary. Okay, hold on. Boom! That was a really nice shot, if I do say so myself. Yoink. So we've got zealots and heretics in this DLC as well, and basically the idea behind them is that they are against Sheogorath, so they're treated as a zealot, which doesn't make sense because Sheogorath is a Daedric lord, so he should be able to just make these guys have a very, very bad time at his will. But zealot missionary, yeah, so these guys are against Sheogorath, who totally rules, undoubtedly, the Shivering Isles. Now, let's see, we've got a jewelry box. We'll take all of that. 10 gold. A Grummite dagger. Take that as a little backup, I suppose. Some yarn. You're going to see a lot of yarn, a lot of cabbage, and I think there's one other item that I'm forgetting. So some of the locations are a bit disappointing, like this one. Clearly, it's just basically a camp, and there's not much to do or see there. No skill books. No nothing, really. So we want to get to the good stuff. There is so much in this DLC that is just magnificent to behold. Again, as I've mentioned many times, take a look at this view, huh? Very nice. I think we must still be on the... Yeah, you can visually see the distinction, because the bright mushroom tree things, that's on the Mania side. But all of this, I believe, is the Dementia side. So even though I would much rather go through the Mania side, We'll go through the Dementia side this time around because I don't have as much experience with it, and I'm sure my mentality applies to a lot of you guys as well. Zazelm. There's also going to be a lot of weirdly named places in this DLC. Ooh! Okay, so yeah, we've got a Flesh Atronach, which is actually really cool because the other ones clearly are Storm, are Fire. Oh! Our marksmen, we're doing... Oh, I was going to say, was it because they were the bone arrows? But no. Also, Void Essence, worth a pretty penny and only weighs 0.2. Definitely want to make sure we grab those. But yes, Flesh Atronach's really creepy. And if you utilize the ideology that Atronachs are made with a certain element, Storm, Fire, Frost, well, you've got these Atronachs here that are made with, obviously, flesh. So... sticking with the really creepy and weird and odd nature of the Shivering Isles. Now, there's something over there in the middle of the lake, and I wonder, can we see what it is? Yeah, look at that! Another new enemy type. Really creepy. We definitely don't want to start a fight with that thing. We're just going to mind our own business and keep heading straight for New Sheoth. Ooh! And take a look at this. We've got a big hill with a ghost on top. I think we've activated... Ah! Oh, that actually made me jump because I heard it right behind me and I thought it was the big thing. That's a Grummite. We don't even really need to deal with him. It's just a little polywog creature. It's like the new enemy from Stranger Things. Yeah. Well, not necessarily the new enemy, but you know what I mean. Who do we have here? Lauren's Bogtrotter. You cannot speak with this restless soul. Oh, I remember what these are. What these people... I remember what the whole thing with these guys is. Okay, Bollywog. Yeah, nice try. We have Solonia Viria, and we found the Hill of Suicides, by the way, which is a very interesting place here. You can maybe come to the conclusion on your own of what's going on here with these various souls, but we can't interact with them yet. I'll just say that. And it's good that we found this location. Let's go ahead and attack this new enemy as well. What are you called again? They go invisible, and that's the tricky part. Man, our bow. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh, don't attack the ghosts. Wow, that ghost right there just totally helped me out, and he doesn't even realize it. So these are Scalons, and they are quite creepy because they go invisible. They're very big, they're very strong, and that's why I said we didn't want to tussle with them just yet. But our bow is dealing quite a nice bit of damage, which is great. We really want to start increasing our marksman because by now in the Skyrim LP, I feel like we would have maybe gotten close to 100 on some skills. But no, I feel like we're not even close. So obviously in Oblivion, it's much harder to level. A new enemy type as well. We've got Greater Skinned Hounds. Clearly sticking with the blood and flesh and bone motif. I was going to say, you better give me a light armor upgrade. Come on, man. How many hits am I going to take? Okay, these things we don't see too often. Honestly, I think it's because, yeah, again, I don't go to Dementia too often, so a lot of these enemies I really just don't have too much experience with. I end up avoiding them, whereas on the Mania side, I know those enemies like by heart. So let's go find this camp, whatever this is. Flooded Camp. Okay, we've got another Scalon. Let's get a sneak shot off on him and see exactly how strong we are. Ooh, that was pretty nice. They literally got... Oh, you can see the water. Oh, that's so creepy. I shouldn't be zooming in like this because he's just going to jump out at me. And it's going to scare the bejesus out of me. Yeah. Oh, nice try, guy. Nice try. Okay, let's see if there's anything of note in the flooded camp. Hourglass tongs. Again, just speaks to my complaints with Oblivion's exploration. I mean, so this is the whole thing. Like, there's not really anything here. Oh, look at that. I think that's where our... Oh, nice. yeah, there's just nothing. There's like a chest, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and cross this bridge. I'm going to call this Dar'Vesh Bridge in the name of Dar'Vesh. There doesn't seem too much else here going on. Yeah, this is just really interesting to me because we're following a path that the path less traveled, if you will. And I would love to name the episode that, but I can't because I'm almost 100% sure at this point that I have already called an episode The Path Less Traveled after the... Oh, I'm forgetting the writer. Oh, darn! Oh well, someone's gonna correct me, or someone's gonna let me know who I'm talking about. Whoever wrote The Path Less Traveled. Okay, so we're coming up on, I believe, to be Crucible. In fact, we're going to bypass all of these enemies for now. This guy is a Hunger, from what I remember. That should be their name. Really cool design because they're very frail, very anemic looking, but they always hunger. So I guess, I don't know what the lore is behind them. I'm sure you guys didn't know this, but I'm not the lore guy. But maybe they're cursed, you know, to forever be hungry. In fact, that sounds familiar. I wonder if that's in a loading screen or not. But yeah, we have spent enough time on the Dementia side. We're going to go straight up to the gates into Crucible, which is one half of New Sheoth. I'm not sure exactly how it's supposed to be. If Crucible is a part of New Sheoth, or if New Sheoth is its own thing, and then Bliss is a part of New Sheoth as well. I don't exactly know. But this is Crucible. This is the big city for the Dementia side.
How may I serve? Madgod's blessings.
Tell me about New Sheoth.
The Maz can guard Crucible in New Sheoth. We ensure the Demented remain orderly and respectful of our Lord Sheogorath.
Okay, so yeah. So Crucible and Bliss are indeed a part of New Sheoth, not just the middle section. This is a Dark Seducer guard, and these are the guards that you see around Crucible and in other places in the Shivering Isles. Who is this Sheogorath?
Sheogorath is our lord, ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his whim that the Maz can walk, and we serve our master to the death. The Shivering Isles are a reflection of our Lord Sheogorath, divided yet perfect.
I love the voice actor for the Dark Seducers. And by love, I mean, what kind of direction were they trying to take with those voice lines?
Walk with our Lord.
Walk with our Lord. I remember that. That is like a line that you hear constantly, just like in the Witcher Let's Play. Got their asses whipped like a Nova Granor. Okay, here is Crucible, ladies and gentlemen, and just like...
Blessings, citizen.
Oh, thank you. Just like everywhere else in New Sheoth, or in the Shivering Isles, this place is dark and dreary and dead looking, whereas if we go to the Mania side on Bliss, you'll see everything is much nicer looking. So I love the duality of this whole entire DLC, but at the same time, I really hate being in Crucible. I hate being on the Dementia side. It's so gray and gross. It looks like a Call of Duty game that was just... I know there was a game that was just so gray and gross looking, and I'm not sure which one it was, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. There's an older Call of Duty that, like, the whole color palette was just like colors like this. Okay, so I guess we might as well end this episode with meeting Sheogorath, shouldn't we? There's so many things to do and see in New Sheoth, in Crucible, in Bliss, but we'll go ahead and we'll make a beeline for the Shivering Eye, or for Sheogorath. I think a lot of you guys would probably enjoy meeting him, especially if you don't know anything about Sheogorath in Oblivion. So it's telling me to go to the palace grounds up here. And here we have it. So, one thing that's lovely is if we take a look, it's completely split in half with the Dementia side on the right and the Mania side on the left. We've got like a green, darker color on the right and then a bright orange color on the left, as well as the fires. And there's not really too much... Oh, yeah, the flora and fauna over here on the right is the Dementia stuff. And over here on the left, we've got brighter mushrooms and things. And also the Golden Saints.
Speak quickly. New Sheoth is the capital of the Shivering Isles. We Oriole guard Bliss, the manic district of the city.
So we have the Oriole, which are the Golden Saints, and then we have the Mazkin, which are the Dark Seducers.
Sheogorath rules the Shivering Isles. We, the Oriole, are his favored soldiers, the most perfect expression of his might.
Why do I feel like the Dark Seducers would take issue with that?
The domain of the Prince of Madness, Sheogorath. We Oriole are tasked with defending this realm against the lesser beings that would destroy it. Go.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Let's head inside and talk to the Lord of this realm again. Dementia Mania. We're actually going to try to make, if we have a choice, it doesn't matter at all. But if we can choose, we'll always choose, like, the Dementia side.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, Haskill. How's it hanging?
A new arrival! Shame about my gatekeeper. I'm so happy I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them. I suppose an introduction is in order. I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, and other things. I'm not talking about them. You've probably figured that out by now. Let's hope so, or we're in real trouble. And out come the intestines, and I skip rope with them. But perhaps now's not the time. You've made it this far, farther than anyone else. Well done. Take this trinket of mine. Perhaps it will serve you well, or look lovely on your corpse.
Do you mind? I'm doing the fish stick. It's a very delicate state of mind. Man, I thought it was going to come out better. I can't actually accurately represent. I forget the voice actor's name, but I'm sure someone will know in the comment section below because this guy is very well loved and he does an amazing job with his lines, as you will see. What do you want?
I've been waiting for you. Or someone like you. Or someone other than you for some time. I need a champion, and you've got the job. Time to save the realm, rescue the damsel, slay the beast, or die trying. Your help is required. A change is coming. Everything changes, even Daedric princes, especially Daedric princes.
Changes?
Daedra are the embodiment of change and permanency. I'm no different, except in the ways that I am. The Grey March is coming, and you're going to stop it.
What is the Grey March?
The details aren't important, at least not right now. Eternity is on a rather tight deadline. We'll get back to that later.
What now?
Now? You run an errand for me. An important one. Of course, anything I tell you to do is important. My realm, my rules. You're going to Zedilian, one of my favorite spots in the Isles. It's a little place I used to take care of unwanted visitors. And some are more unwanted than others.
Why Zedilian?
The gatekeeper takes care of most of the unwanted, but he's dead. We'll have to remedy that soon as well. Anyway, there are those that have other ways into my realm, and they're on the move. We don't want them here, trust me. So, you're going to get Zedilian up and running. Here's a little book to tell you how. And the Attenuator of Judgment. You'll need that too. Of course, you can always get more details from Haskill. He's a detail-oriented type of person. A big help. And a snappy dresser.
I noticed that as well.
Now, get going before I change my mind. Or my mind changes me. You can go now. Run along. Scoot.
Okay, so we're about to end this episode, but I believe, yes, we've been given the Charity of Madness. Resist Fire 13, Frost 13, Shock 13. It's pretty trash, actually, especially compared to Cruelty's Heart. Wait, never mind. I thought Cruelty's Heart would have a bigger enchantment. Fortify Willpower and Strength, 3 points. Strength is decent. That's basically a level. Willpower I don't think matters too much. Resist Fire, Frost, and Shock 13? That sounds really low to me, though. I wonder what you guys think. What do you think is better? I feel like Cruelty's Heart is still better, especially when we use our dagger. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end this episode here. We have met Sheogorath.
Always a pleasure.
Sometimes. And there's lots more to do and see in the Shivering Isles. We're just opening up the can of worms.
Be gone. Things to do.
I'm trying. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.